everyone! Following on from my last video, 5 lists to make you feel like a happier person, I now have the next in the series, 5 lists to make you feel more productive. But these aren't standard productivity lists that you might normally see. These are based on a way of working that I strongly believe in, the Kaizen way. Kaizen is a Japanese manufacturing philosophy that came about after World War II. The concept is based on one simple question: what extremely small step can I take to make an improvement? While this was used for manufacturing businesses, clinical psychologist Robert Maurer decided to take this approach and try it with his patients, and he then released a book about it. He asked his patients to make a tiny change every day to get closer to what they wanted. If they wanted to exercise more, instead of telling them to go to the gym for 30 minutes every day, he would tell them to march in front of the TV for a minute. He found that small steps led to shockingly big changes, even embarrassingly small steps. The philosophy behind Kaizen is that instead of trying to make radical changes in a short amount of time and scaring yourself off, just make small improvements every day that will gradually lead to what you want. Each day, just focus on getting 1% better by doing the tiniest things, and these improvements start compounding on each other. So the productivity lists that I'll be sharing with you are generally geared around making tiny improvements rather than radical changes to get to where you want to be. The first list is the more, less, continue list. I often like to do this at the beginning of a new year, but it works just as well partway through the year. For this list, you think about all of the things you want to do more of, small achievable things like maybe reading a bit more, even embarrassingly small things like making the bed every morning. Then you think about what you want to continue, things that you're currently doing that you want to maintain. Taking the time to think these through is worthwhile because you're better able to set meaningful intentions every month, week, or day, knowing what you want more and less of, and can focus your efforts on what's important to you. The next list is quick wins. This list is a brain dump of all of the tiny things you can do in a day without much of a time investment. You can even use your first list to feed into this. So if you said you want to read more, one of your quick wins could be to just read for 5 or 10 minutes a day. Or if you want to do more yoga, a quick win could be to just try and do 3 sun salutations every morning. Doing these tiny things regularly makes so much of a difference in the end. Another way of capturing small steps is with a 30 better days list. I tried this out in July, which you may have seen in my July plan with me. Again, it's focusing on the tiny things that you can do every day to make your life a little better or to improve something. My list at the time covered a broad range of things, from household chores to personal or family activities. But I can also see this being useful for something that you want to focus on too, like a particular project. So for example, if you're trying to start up a side business, you can think of one tiny thing you can do every day that contributes towards it. This is kind of how I started all of my content creation. We were in full lockdown at the time, and I was still working full-time and had a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old at home. So I would just try and do one tiny thing to contribute towards making a video. Day 1 would be writing down ideas for a video. Day 2 would be writing up a draft. Day 3 would be figuring out how to use my camera to film it. Day 4 would be recording the voiceover. It took quite a while to get each video done, but at least it kept the momentum going even when I had limited time to focus on it. And believe me, some days it really was embarrassingly tiny things that I would do. The next list is the high energy, low energy list. This is a list that I've done that helped me think about things that boost my energy and things that drain my energy. To be able to do anything big or small, it's helpful to stay on top of your energy levels. If you think this through thoroughly, you then know that sitting down for 5 minutes in silence can boost your energy at low points, or having a screen break and doing the dishes instead will give you a bit of a boost in energy. Think about the things that do that for you. A low energy moment can make you want to quit everything, so it's helpful to know what to watch out for too. Being aware of things makes you much better able to handle them. So if you know that being around lots of people or late nights make you feel really drained, write it down. You'll at least be mentally prepared for it if you're in the situation, and you won't give yourself a hard time if you're a little less productive after it. Or if a certain amount of time watching TV ends up leaving you with less energy, you can have a time limit on how much TV you watch. Once you know what these things are, you can have much more control over them and give yourself the chance to maintain the energy you need to do more. Finally, you would have seen in my new bullet journal setup video that I included monthly, weekly and daily reset checklists. For my monthly, I wrote down little things I want to do at the beginning of each month, like update certain trackers, tidy up my digital notes, delete unwanted photos taking up cloud storage. I also work through a monthly process of migrating tasks from my future log to my monthly. I set monthly intentions and I update my content plan. This is like hitting a reset button, so no matter what happened the previous month, each new month feels like a fresh start with good intentions. Think about what small tasks you can do to reset each month, or even each week or day. Evening reflection in my bullet journal, for example when I tick off what I've done or write down one thing I'm grateful for each day, feels like pressing a reset button every single day. Having these resets in place helps give you the energy and enthusiasm to continue taking small steps every day. Let me know in the comments what types of lists you like to make to help keep you on track. I'd love to hear about it. I also share a lot of these thoughts and ideas in my weekly newsletter, which you can sign up to over on my blog. I've provided a link in the description below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.